It's me. Hi. I'm a problem, it's me. Yes, almost a year ago to the date, I uploaded part 1 of the Lost Tapes files with the full intention of making, more than 2 episodes per year, but a certain show has decided to rear its ugly head in the past few months, and it's kind of been taking over my channel ever since. But I was super happy to get back to the series either way. You know it, the Lost Tapes installments. And we are finally here to round out season 1. And there's quite a selection today. So without further ado, let's dive into our first episode of part 3. I'm sure it won't be laughable or inadvertently offensive at all.
Lost Tapes, Skinwalker.
Premiering on February 10th, 2009, Skinwalker is the 11th episode of Lost Tapes Season 1. And if you've been on YouTube for longer than, say, your local 7-Eleven smoke break, you've probably heard of this cryptid in some way, shape, or form. The episode starts out by giving the generic Animal Planet testimonials of the real-life Skinwalker Ranch, which is primarily what this episode is based on, and it's been the source of controversy and horror since it's come to fame in the 1990s. And since then, it's kind of become a corkboard for paranormal events of any nature. UFOs, Skinwalker Ranch. Otherworldly dimensions, let me get another thumbtack. Native American legends, there we go. Furries. Wait.
Andy Miller was 2 years into his political science degree.
Oh, sorry, I'm from the Midwest. That's just my implicit reaction to hearing those words. Yeah, in case you couldn't already guess, like most cryptids this show covers, it starts off as an interesting concept, but quickly spirals into the barest bones of horror movie tropes. People stuck in the middle of nowhere, ancient supernatural practices, characters with less than 2 brain cells that die as a result of their own stupidity. I mean, the least they could do is stay away from isolated areas with 0 chance of survival, or, at bare minimum, have a reliable phone service. This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. You may already be familiar with Mint Mobile as the phone carrier owned by the one and only Ryan Reynolds.
Hey there, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. Enticing, right?
And as a bona fide Swiftie, how could I resist? Here's what Mint can offer you. Premium wireless for as low as $15 a month without sacrificing any coverage, speed, or data. With the cost of everything increasing nowadays, there hasn't been a better time to switch to the nation's largest 5G network. Switching carriers can take as little as 15 minutes. You get to keep your current device and phone number. And if your phone isn't eSIM compatible, Mint will ship you a new SIM card free of charge. With the holidays approaching swiftly, now is the perfect time to save big. All Mint Mobile plans include unlimited nationwide talk and text, plus lightning fast 5G with free mobile hotspot. Mint will show you how much data you use every month and recommend plans that save you money, including super affordable family plans for as little as 2 lines. And if you're like me and the upcoming festivities makes you want to do nothing but crawl under a pile of blankets and die, think of all the blankets you could buy with the money that you saved. Use my link in the description to get premium wireless starting at $15 a month. Mintmobile.com/Audrey. That's Audrey with an IE, not EY. I remind every person who's written it ever. Or scan the QR code on the screen right now and find out how much Mint can save you. And thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering this video.
Horses back there. House.
Hey, Andy.
Oh, this is my mom.
Hey, Jen. I am looking forward to meeting you. I get up every day and I take care of the livestock, feeding, watering, I cook.
She does pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So the plot of the episode centers on Andy going with his father to check on one of their sheep that just had a baby, and the excuse this episode gives as to why he's filming everything comes down to Andy recording the ranch life experience for his girlfriend back in college, and his very traditional father is mad at him for not wanting to continue the family business, so the whole episode is just them bickering.
Hey, I bet Jen would enjoy seeing that, wouldn't you, Jen? Yeah, that would be really interesting, Mr. Miller.
Animal Planet, you aren't fooling me. This was 2009. I get it. You can't outright say it. This man right here has stuffed more sausage than a KitchenAid appliance.
During this seemingly commonplace visit, went far beyond anything Andy knew or imagined about the land he considered home. And it was he who was introduced to a world he never knew existed. These are his tapes.
I'll spare you the 2/3 of this episode that is just Andy and his father passive-aggressively bitching about Andy's degree in underwater basket weaving, with a minor in culinary arts if you catch my drift. Also, the audio in this scene is fucked up for some reason.
Well, we gotta head up to the north part. That's where I've got the sheath I was telling you about.
I guess their mics were down, so they had to use the camera audio, but really? You had a budget, right? Your one job was to film a handheld camcorder in a truck for 43 seconds and you failed? Or was it the Native American curse that restricted your production quality? And speaking of, Skinwalker actually brings in some interesting people in the realm of Native legends, who give genuinely compelling testimonials. But, as per Lost Tape style, they intercut it with the most basic information imaginable. Like, you have a member of an actual Native American tribe sitting before a campfire who could probably tell you terrifying legends and folklore out the wazoo. But hey audience, did you know that caterpillars turn into butterflies?
I'm a beautiful butterfly!
Also, something tells me they failed to mention to this guy that the only point a Native American would be depicted in the episode is one casually walking up the side of a random mountain growling at passerbys.
The mythology of donning animal pelts to achieve extraordinary powers is not limited to the Native American Skinwalker. The Berserkers were Norse warriors who wore the skins of wolves, bears, and other animals as they entered into battle.
Howl with me, brother!
Howl with me. It feels good.
So they get to the pen where the sheep was held and find the mother slaughtered while the lamb is missing.
Sensing that his wife may be in danger, Sam and his son made a quick break towards home.
Thank you, annoying narrator. With the two of them running and Sam saying,
So we gotta get home right now.
"There is no way in the realm of our universe that I would have been able to figure that out for myself." Maybe I did slip into an alternate dimension watching this episode. What year is it? The episodes for the newest 9 Realms season have an average of 9 stars on IMDb, and I did not get Taylor Swift tickets, so yeah, I'm in the fucking upside down, aren't I? Didn't they just start talking about some Florida Man type shit from the 90s where a guy thought he was turning into a werewolf? Bro, I live in the Missouri Ozarks. Do you know how many crackheads I am exposed to every day? Why are you talking about this shit in an episode with so much potential to be genuinely terrifying? Skinwalkers are fucking scary.
I'm a skinwalker.
No, you put that sentence back in your mouth.
Do something with it. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting this is a found footage show from the 2000s that doesn't care. So they run over the Native American and find the lamb totally alive and totally fucking adorable. Look at that face. And the Skinwalker runs away. The end.
Andy Miller returned to school with far more questions than answers. Impacted by the mysterious events back home, he eventually switched his major field of study to Native American mythology.
Yeah, that's probably a smart move. I can think of at least 2.5 more career paths you can take with that over a political science degree. Unless you expedite that culinary minor and become, sausage and grind technician at Paradise Locker Meats, where you can grind and stuff all meat and perform daily checks on grinding and stuffing equipment.
Everybody say something, keep it going. Eggs, bacon, grits. Sausage. I'm a skinny bitch, but I still take the sausage. Got a fat ass, but I still take the sausage. Got a flat ass, but I still get the sausage. Wake up in the morning, I eat the sausage. I'm a redhead, but I still take the sausage. I'm a gay nigga, but I still take sausage. White girl swag, I don't take your man's sausage. Sausage. Light and thick, but you know I get the sausage. Yeah, I read books, but they all about sausage, 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 sausage.
Lost Tapes. Mothman.
Premiering on February 10th, 2009, Mothman is the 12th episode of Lost Tapes Season 1, and this episode did pique a memory of mine in relation to watching the show at nighttime when I was 11, because Mothman was the episode that I always fell asleep to. When I tell you this is the most boring shit imaginable. It's almost like the writer had just walked out of seeing a Darren Aronofsky movie and wanted to do something really art house with the production and plot of this episode, but had none of the talent. And also when he showed up to set on day 1, they told him he was working with the budget of change they found under the local strip club's booth cushions. So everything looks like complete ass and the story makes no sense.
In 1967, following the collapse of the Silver Bridge over the Ohio River, the FBI brought in one man for questioning in connection to the disaster. Following hours of interrogation, as well as a review of his home movie footage, they were left with a mystery that extended far beyond their expectations. These are the tapes.
So for those unaware, the Mothman is a cryptid that's synonymous with disasters happening shortly after sightings occur. Some believe it to be a bad omen, while others think that the creature is somehow responsible for said disasters. And the episode tries to play on this by having it take place in the 1960s, which is ambitious, to say the very least. But all it really means is that they now have an excuse to use the shittiest video quality imaginable and make it even more ugly by sucking all the color out of it like a damn leech. So the plot is, the FBI are called into a small town after a bridge collapse kills dozens of people. And due to the fact that this guy was not only present the day of the collapse, but had been kind of obsessed with it, they think that he's somehow responsible for a giant fucking bridge collapsing.
Why'd you kill all those people, Roy?
B, B, and C is what I'm thinking of, and it only could be found in my recess thoughts.
But it turns out he was actually being visited by the Mothman, which was taking over every aspect of his life, which we see in excruciating detail throughout the runtime. And by detail, I mean the barest minimum of, this schmuck has a wife, and he loves her. Isn't he relatable? Yeah, it's never really explained why the FBI is grilling this guy so hard into saying that he's responsible, because his wife was on the bridge at the time, and they suggest he did it to look like a hero?
Is that what this is all about? Did you blow up that bridge so you could look like a hero? So your wife wouldn't think you were such a loser?
I'm a detective set in the 60s. I'm gonna talk all slow and methodical and slam the table when I need to make a point, goddammit.
Officer Turner was about halfway down that road when it was running beside of our car.
Hold up. You cannot just gloss over whatever that was. What the fuck Windows 7 Edition Blender did you pull this from? I've seen better animation in a Gmod horror map.
Wait, what? What's happening?
This is where I've seen multiple sightings of the creature. I think it's trying to tell me something.
Okay, look, I know the Mothman is based off of real-life bridge disasters or some shit, but all the testimonials they give here can essentially be summed up as a single person sees a strange thing, and like a whole month later, some disaster happens. And okay, what does that prove exactly? I know, that's why it's a cryptid. But I just don't see the Mothman as the subject of a good creature feature. When he's actually depicted in this episode, it just kind of looks like a dude wearing a trench coat flapping around the fabric while sitting in a tree, and it's supposed to be scary.
I don't understand what's going on. Oh my god.
Alright. Lost Tapes editors, it's me. 13 years in the future, ready to give you some advice. If you're trying to replicate an earthquake in post, it might not be a good idea to have the frame at regular scale whenever you do it, because it looks a little kind of fake and lazy as fuck. But if you scale up the frame a little bit, earthquake! People got paid to make this. Does that make you feel bad about yourself? It should.
After the tragedy, there were no further sightings of the Mothman in the area. Some believe the creature was taken away by the military.
Yes, as a member of the US military, I can confirm, we have taken the Mothman hostage. His name is now Eduardo, and we free him from his lantern every 2 weeks for coffee and a game of bridge. Fuck.
Lost Tapes. Death Worm.
I am shaking. Premiering on February 17th, 2009, Death Worm is the 13th episode of Lost Tapes Season 1. Yeah, I'll spare you. This episode is basically Tremors, but not self-aware in the slightest. Well, okay, a better description would be Tremors meets ATV Off-Road Fury, the PS2 edition.
In the summer of 2008, two longtime friends, Greg Cole and Benton Davis, competed in a 3-day, 500-mile ATV race across the Gobi Desert. Greg was always game for the most dangerous adventures, while Benton, recently married, was being pressured to behave more responsibly.
Shh, women, am I right? Okay, I was about to do a bit where I look down my own shirt and say, oh yeah, but that joke does not work very well if you have A cups, so just play the fucking show.
Now, one more thing. Get a good look at my rear view.
You know what? Genuinely, take the plot of this episode into perspective. These American doofuses have traveled to the Mongolian desert to take part in a 500-mile ATV race. I mean, fuck the death worms. These idiots weren't making it out alive either way. Also, I tried researching if giant foreign ATV races like this were a thing, and the only search results I could find were summaries of this Lost Tapes episode. So Tweedledee and Tweedledum get lost and stop for the night. Useless dialogue. Useless dialogue. Useless dialogue. Useless dialogue. Useless dialogue. Useless dialogue. Useless dialogue.
I can't quit you.
Brokeback sand. What the?
Okay, so the point of that was a worm with toxic saliva came through the sand to bite him. But given the Brokeback Mountain joke, I like to imagine it protruded from the sand with the intent of crawling up his ass, just because it's funnier that way. Fucks think you can do anal without inviting me. But hey, at least the testimonials are interesting. Yeah, no. It's just a lot of, hey, the death worm could attack like this, or they could have had this ability. Maybe it does this thing. But nobody knows, because we don't give a fuck.
Greg was attacked again during the night. This time, the creature emitted a corrosive acid that dissolved his suit and now was slowly eating through his leg.
Oh, corrosive acid. Is that what we're calling it now? Not worm jizz?
Oh my God! What is that? What is that? Oh my God! It was the same thing that got you, man. It looked like a big worm.
It's big, scary, and pink! So's Patrick's cock! But I ain't afraid of that neither.
Also, stop with the fucking worm testimonials. How is this shit supposed to scare me? What the fuck is that? And by the way, side note, I put these particular episodes on for a group of my friends for Alyssa's birthday party back in May. You know, when I thought I was going to be recording this video before all of this happened. And they had quite the analytical take on this episode in particular. Say what you were going to say.
Okay, so to recreate that image, you take a picture of a fucking sardine, and you take a picture of a fucking worm. You go to Photoshop, and you go, you just cut off the little fish head.
Oh my God.
I need a shot.
So despite attempting to get his friend help, Tweedledum runs out of gas in their 500-mile race, and he's forced to leave discount Dax Shepard behind and find help. On foot. In the middle of the desert.
I'll go get help. I'll be right back.
Alright, Dax. That's not your name? Whatever, doesn't matter. You're about to be eaten by a sandworm, but we don't have the budget to show it, so just make it look believable. Yep, just like that. Uh-huh. Jerry, pull his legs!
No, come on, no!
Yep, beautiful. Perfect. Alright, Tweedledum, finish it off. What? No, take your hand out of his pants.
They were never able to recover the bodies of the two men. Organizers of the race presumed that they got lost in the desert and died of heat exposure. They never investigated the strange burrows surrounding Greg and Benton's equipment. Thus, we are left to wonder, does it live among us?
It was past time I made that joke. And finally, rounding out the first season of Lost Tapes, we have ourselves a trifle of everything that makes this show so great. In the worst ways possible.
Lost Tapes, Hellhound.
Premiering on February 17th, 2009, Hellhound is the finale of Lost Tapes Season 1.
Are you rolling?
Yeah, it's on.
A group of college students, led by Annabelle Lilith, ventured to a local cemetery to videotape a segment for Annabelle's Goth-themed website.
So what's her name?
Nora.
That's cute. Well, we'll see if Nora the Explorer is the real deal. Otherwise, tonight's not going to be so fun for her.
I'm so sorry, Andy's mom.
Annabelle's intention was to film the initiation of a new member into their clique, fellow student Nora Callerman. By the end of the night, there would be an abundance of fear, provided by a phenomenon outside their control and beyond their imaginations.
Yeah, you know, seems like an average night of basic training to me. Do you know what a monkey fucker is? Good. Keep it that way.
I'm Steve. Well, Severin. Well, I mean, my name is Steve, but I go by Severin.
I'm Nora. I'm also known in the dark circles as Satan's concubine.
Hey, that was my nickname in basic training. Well, by association. One minute you're digging foxholes in a forest at night, and the next all the girls in your platoon are standing around a pentagram dancing and drinking blood. It's really bizarre. So the plot of this episode centers on Nora going through a certain ritual to join Annabelle's Gothic circle. I'm sorry.
Wow, thanks.
Okay, guys, can we exchange MySpace pages later? You want to do this?
Tell me this was 2009 without telling me this was 2009.
So, Dora, are you ready?
It's Nora, and sure. Sounds like fun.
Fun. Well, that's not quite the word I would have picked.
I'm sorry. Fuck being civil. Fuck being half straight. Annabelle, I will die for you. Ritual in a cemetery? You can bury me alive if you want, as long as you step on my grave after. I just need the satisfaction of you on top of me. Oh yeah, the cryptid. So legend has it, if you see the Hellhound 3 times, you're doomed to meet an untimely death. And why 3 exactly? I feel like that's just setting up so much work for itself. What if you see it twice in Bird Box for the rest of your life? Why is it Sight specifically? I mean, Nora has the right idea. And why is this thing just chilling at cemeteries? If you want to claim souls and drag them to hell or whatever it does on Tuesday nights, why wouldn't it go somewhere more populated? Like, around people? You know, alive people?
A perfect spot for the...
Alright, this is an irrelevant complaint. Why does media always portray Rottweilers so scary? They are beautiful good boys and you cannot change my mind.
You're beautiful.
As midnight approached, the group positioned an additional camera to capture what Annabelle claimed was an ancient initiation ritual.
Spirits, we appeal to thee. See us before you now. Rise, rise and see us, so that we may commence.
Alright, we can continue now. So they see the dog a second time, and after it disappears, Bimbo decides to touch the smoldering earth and is surprised when it's hot. Hot! Annabelle Lilith be like.
The ceremony was now complete, and Nora, having survived Annabelle's prank of having her drink a fake blood concoction, was officially inducted into the group.
Nora, I give you the gift of sight. You're one of us now.
All right. You and I are about to throw down. Nobody judge me. I'm very possessive over my fictional lovers. And now that the ritual is finally complete, Nora asks Severin how many times he saw the dog.
I need
to ask you the dog that you saw. Did you see it twice?
Because remember, she was bird boxed for the first 2 encounters and seems to know something about the creature that the others don't.
Oh god. You gotta run, okay? Severin, run!
What's going on? Do you know something?
Don't look back! Whatever you do, do not look at it! Whatever happens, please do not open your eyes.
Wow. Is one of the curses of the Hellhound awkward pans and zooms for no reason?
Are you okay? Are you guys okay? No, I twisted my ankle right for that stupid dog again! It is not just a dog.
It is Annabelle! You guys, seriously, shut up!
Okay, how many times did you see it?
Well, we saw it once on the way in the car. And we saw it during the ritual, and we just saw it again.
Well, yeah, when we were running, we saw it again. You see it 3 times, and you will die. What? Oh my god! See it 3 times and you will die. What? Oh my god! You were run! See it 3 times and you will die. What?
You see it 3 times and you will die.
Here, I don't know the right way. The car is over here. Oh my god! Luna, are you okay? What happened? Is she okay?
Oh my god, you almost completely smashed your face in glass. Get up.
Let me see. Are you okay? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's coming true.
It is coming true. No, it is not coming true. She's just trying to freak you out. Can't you see how impressionable they are?
There are a few words in the English language to adequately describe how much I fucking love this episode. The entire last third is a gem in and of itself. They could have put anything there. A metal stake in the ground, a pre-dug grave that she falls down and almost breaks her neck in or something. But no, this is how she almost dies. It's just beautiful.
Shut up!
We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. We didn't see it 3 times, so we'll be fine.
I saw it 3 times. Animal, watch out!
Severin? Severin. You looked.
There are no official records of Honora Callerman being registered at the university. Her true identity remains a mystery.
So, I've seen this episode multiple times now, right? Because it's iconic, and for other reasons. And I still cannot wrap my head around what they were trying to go for with this ending. Nora never existed. Nora was in cahoots with the good boy. I genuinely have no idea. And all I have to say now is, rest in peace, Annabelle Lilith. I will love you until the day I see the Hellhound 3 times. Or until I catch the actress's next movie. Hello, Zora Mahler's IMDb. That's the other really interesting part about reviewing these episodes, is just seeing which of the actors made it and which didn't. Most of them are nameless as of now, but Annabelle's moving up in the world. Nora went on to star in Contracted, that STD horror movie, which is lovely. And Severin ran over a pedestrian with his car, who survived, but the actor was only caught because he returned to the scene on foot and pretended to be an innocent bystander. I don't think there is a more poetic way to sum up his acting ability. And that concludes yet another addition to the Lost Tapes files. Sorry again that it took so long after the second one to get this out. The Nine Realms has been holding me at knife point the past 6 months. I hope you enjoyed. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. And until next time, stay away from coyote humans, ditch your Mothman obsessed husband, steer clear of horny worms, and always simp for the goth girl. Always. Sausage Professor? Okay, now they're trolling. Demonstrate superior guest service at all times. I'm sure they do.